My name is Kate Smith. Thanks for joining the 4th episode of Planned Parenthood Presents The State of Abortion. This week, we're continuing to document the impact of the Supreme Court overturning Roe v. Wade, with on-the-ground reports of the latest laws and legal fights that we're seeing in the states. I'm here to keep you informed so you can decide for yourself. Special sessions looking at abortion continued this week, and most notably in Indiana on Friday evening, literally in the middle of the night. Governor Eric Holcomb signed a near-total abortion ban into law, making Indiana the first state to pass an abortion ban since the fall of Roe. Blowback from the Indiana business community was immediate. Multiple companies in Indiana spoke out against the law, claiming the ban will make talent acquisition more difficult. And one major employer said that they would be looking outside of Indiana for future employment growth. Indiana's ban is scheduled to go into effect on September 15th. When it does, abortion at all stages of pregnancy will be prohibited. The new law does include a limited set of exceptions, including to prevent the death or, quote, serious risk of substantial and irreversible impairment to the patient if the fetus is diagnosed with a lethal anomaly and in situations of rape and incest. But let's break down those exceptions. The new law specifies that the carve-out for fetal anomalies is only available in the first 20 weeks of pregnancy. Here's the problem. Most fetal anomalies, they can't be detected until about 20 weeks. So in other words, under this law, most patients who would seek an abortion for this reason, they wouldn't actually have time to get care before the cutoff. Now, take the rape and incest exception. Tucked away on page 14 of Senate Bill 1, the legislation says that the exception is actually only available in the first 10 weeks of pregnancy. And before providing an abortion under this exception, physicians are required to conduct their own examination and share a certification with the hospital using, quote, facts and reasons to certify that the pregnancy is a result of rape. Effectively, this law forces physicians to question and investigate sexual assault survivors rather than just believing them. And to top it off, the new law explicitly bans Planned Parenthood health centers and independent providers from offering abortion, even under those exceptions. Instead, patients will be required to seek care at a hospital or hospital-owned clinic. So all of that to say that while Indiana's law does technically offer exceptions, those exceptions are very limited and they're really hard to access. In West Virginia, another total ban on abortion remains stalled. And in Nebraska, a potential abortion ban is off the table. Governor Ricketts failed to secure enough votes to convene a special session that would have debated a 12-week abortion ban. He only got 30 of the required 33 votes. In other words, a razor-thin margin will protect access to abortion in Nebraska for now. Arkansas also into special session this week. Although this special session should not include abortion legislation, it is possible that lawmakers will still try to raise the issue, as they attempted to last year. Currently, the state has a total ban on abortion in place that only includes an exception to save the pregnant person's life. Abortion bans continue to wind their way through the courts this week. In Georgia, the state's 6-week abortion ban was in the court on Monday. Attorneys fighting the ban asked a state judge to temporarily block the ban while the case proceeds. A decision is expected any day. Looking ahead to next week, South Carolina lawmakers will reconvene their special session to discuss a potential total ban on abortion. The Senate Medical Affairs Committee will begin hearings on the legislation on Wednesday. On August 9, 15 states had abortion bans in place. For patients in those states trying to access abortion, it's becoming increasingly more expensive to do so. That's why when people ask how they can help, one of our top answers is always donate to an abortion fund. So this week I spoke to Odile Shalit. She's the executive director of the Bridget Alliance. That's an abortion fund that helps patients pay for all of the costs associated with travel to get an abortion. Take a look.
Anyone can imagine what it takes to simply go to the doctor. And if that doctor is down the road, then it might require taking an hour off from work, arranging childcare, paying for that subway or that cab ride, or getting in the car and paying for gas to get you there. If you think about what for many of our clients, on average, 1,000-mile-long trip to get to their nearest abortion provider, we're talking about all those surrounding auxiliary factors, but times 10.
In our conversation, Odile told me that the average Bridget client needs $1,400 to cover those costs and make it to their appointment. And the number of people seeking their help, it's already increased by 50% since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. For more of that conversation, as well as updates on all the bans we told you about today, head to stateofabortion.org.